Well, hello and welcome to the Tao Manifesting Tarot reading. It is the most critically acclaimed metaphysical reading on the internet, at least from my point of view in any event. And the reason is very simply I deal with reality. No fantasy, no rainbows, no unicorn imaging, no weird waves from outer space, all this kind of crap thinking that astrologers and tarot readers are pushing out because number one, they want to confuse you. Number two, they want you to pick out whatever the hell hits you. They're interested, apparently, in appealing to you, not being honest with you. That's not the case here. The Tao Manifesting Tarot is in depth because it's focused on tarot. I've done tarot for over 20 years. In the 20 years, I found out that really doesn't predict much of anything, at least not from my point of view. However, tarot is the science of potential, your potential. I take 3 tarot cards. 3 is, for lack of a better term, I guess, kind of a magical number. Tesla loved it. Other people did. Something special about 3. So I take 3 tarot cards and I find the storyline. I find the frequency to those 3 cards and I make it clear, clean, understandable. That is the tarot destination for this reading. You can go yes, no, or I don't give a damn. That's up to you. Remember, tarot, the science of potential. Took me 20 years, but I got it. Along with that and the reality check, we also do one other thing here. What we do is we bring in astrology, numerology. These are the science of cycles. Within cycles, within cycles, within cycles. But that's the reason why you may have heard the expression history repeats. It's because some way or another, and I don't know, and I never met anybody who really did know, there is an energy, a frequency in the universe around us that we can measure with a fair degree of accuracy, by the way, with numerology and astrology. Now, energies keep repeating, sometimes on a yearly basis. Sometimes, if you're talking moon, on a monthly basis, but if you're talking Pluto, it could be on a generational basis. 1,000 years, 2,000, 10,000, doesn't make any difference. Some of the cycles we have, we know we've measured are 20, 30,000 years. So as these energies kind of match up, you get similar situations. Not exactly the same, but very close. For example, 1776, July 4, America it does the Declaration of Independence. 250 years later, because it takes Pluto 250 years to go around the solar system, guess what? It meets up with Uranus again, because those were the two that were really active in the Declaration of Independence. They meet up again. It was 2 years ago, again last year, and they're kind of close now. Take a look at what's going on in the world. Evolution, revolution. Pluto, Uranus. We know stuff has to change. There is no possibility of staying the same. It's time to evolve, and probably it will take some sort of revolution to accomplish it. Again, the energy from 1776 brought forward to today. Oh, by the way, too, 1776, you go to 1783, just a few years later, French hold their revolution. Look what's going on around the whole world. Everybody's had enough, 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 enough. I think this is going to continue to build. I don't know how it will show itself. I'm concerned because for the first time in recorded human history, which goes back about 7,000 years, and then you hit something called the Younger Dryas and the Ice Age and stuff. And we know there were superior looking, anyway, civilizations before all of that, the Ice Age, Younger Dryas, but we haven't sorted them out yet. We still don't know. So, what we do know, 7,000 years ago, there is kind of a progression. Yes, we've been lied to about our history, but there's a progression we can follow. And for the first time in those 7,000 years, we are on the verge of completely wiping ourselves out. We're poisoning our food, we're poisoning our water, we're poisoning our societies, we're poisoning air. We're filling ourselves up with all sorts of artificial chemicals. Then, of course, there's the possibility of nuclear war. And you can't forget the robotic revolution, which could wipe out all of humanity and turn us into cyborgs. So, I mean, we're in a very unique position. But the energy is the same as 1776 evolution, revolution. And the tarot, that's the science of potential. What are you going to decide? I'm not expecting you to save the world. That's not the point. The point is, we want to help you to manifest. Use your imagination. Don't use AI. Don't use a laptop, desktop, smartphone, any of that shit, because it's garbage. It's energy coming from without outside of you in. You need it the other way around. You need to create the images inside of your own imagination. That's the kryptonite for human beings. Create it inside you. Get in touch with your humanity, your spirituality, and then push it out in the world. That's what we're here to do. Today's message for the Tao Manifesting Tarot is at the starting gate. You're poised. You're ready. The race hasn't started yet. The game hasn't started yet. But you're at the starting gate. Blow that whistle, blow that horn, do whatever you have to do. Boom. But we're sitting at the starting gate. Now, maybe more than in a long time, things are happening right now where people are on edge like never before. And so we are poised for one hell of an adventure. Good or bad? Well, you know, tarot, signs of potential. What are you going to contribute? You have to. You can't just sit on the sidelines. You're a pumpkin of failure if you are. You got to be poised. You got to be ready for action at the starting gate. We're going to get to the astrology part, kind of lay things out for us. But first, I want to give you a quick little reminder about the email stuff. I had a lot of them. I got them down to one. Tao-tarot at proton.me. Tao-tarot at proton.me. Write anything you want, good, bad, indifferent. You think I'm ugly, you think I'm fat and stupid. That doesn't make any difference. It's communication. If I believe you have something of value to say, of importance, of intelligence, of integrity, I'll probably even respond. Thankfully, I'm getting some very nice feedback. I appreciate it. Folks are well aware that I work very hard to bring you the very best reading, something that means something. I'm not trying to appeal to you. I'm trying to inform you, educate you, encourage you, inspire you. It's a big difference. So give me feedback. Tao-tarot at proton.me. Alrighty, let's get to the what I call the astrologic. Take a look at the astrology. Numerologically, I've mentioned this before, and I'm going to mention it again. We are in a number 9 year, universal number 9 year, and September's a number 9 month, meaning endings, preparing for beginnings. In October, we may get a little clue because next year, 2026, is a universal 1 year, time for beginnings. But October may mean that we get a glimpse of 2026 by things being exposed or going away. A few months ago, I started something that I am now calling the Conquest of America. Didn't intend it that way. What I wanted to do was take a look at American history through the lens of astrology. Thought maybe it'd give me some clues, some hints, something to help understand, because I know that we've been lied to about our history. I mean, point blank lied to. Wow, what a surprise. The same people who told us it was safe and effective have lied to us about everything else. I'm surprised. So in doing so, looking at the history of America through astrology, I come to find out that there has been a constant attack by bankers on America. The same groups, the same families maybe, that began to try to consolidate power in the colonies in the 1400s, 1500s are still at work heading the list, but I'm sure there are others of the Rothschild family who, along with other rich European Jewish bankers, gave the King of England the money he wanted for war. This was back in the 1600s. He said, hey, you know, I don't have any money, but I want to go to war. Got that itch. They said, okay, we'll scratch that itch, but you have to let us create the Bank of England. You don't own any of it. I mean, you can have some shares. You're the king. We'll be happy to sell you stocks, but we'll run it. A private bank, Bank of England. Well, he said, yeah, okay, I'll do the deal. And from that time forward, which is one of the reasons why you always see United States, England, Israel always connected together, because they've been connected together for centuries. So once the Bank of England gained power, which was shortly, they began to run England. And that running of England is what rubbed the colonists the wrong way. I'm not going to get into the details right now. I've been through that before. But it really set up the revolution. They broke away. That panicked the European bankers. So after we win, they decide we're going to set up Wall Street. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's called the stock market. But 1791, I believe, 1791, they started up the Wall Street stuff. Great way to siphon off profit, money. And again, it's virtually a Ponzi scheme. Can crash anytime they want it to. A few years later, they got the first Bank of the United States set up. That was a 20-year lease. It expired, and they wanted to do it again. They bumped into a few things, got pissed off, got angry. In fact, Meyer Rothschild, the head of the Rothschild banking empire, told the American colonists, you're going to pay for this. You're impudent. I hate that word. If that bastard was in front of me right now, I'd punch him right in the face twice. Impudence. F you. But that's what he did. He started the War of 1812. Well, we won that one as well. He did get his second session as a bank, as the Bank of the United States. But after that 20-year lease, Andrew Jackson said, no more. Not doing it. I know your game. I don't want it. It's usury. It's usury. It's never worked in any of the countries it's ever been used in for thousands of years. It's never worked. It broke down countries. You're not doing it. They tried to assassinate him. They missed. Abraham Lincoln saw the European Jewish bankers as the big problem. Not the South, the bankers as the big problem. He said so. They killed him. They killed William McKinley. They finally got their Federal Reserve in 1913. They had to kill more people. There were 4, 5, 6 very, very, very wealthy people on the Titanic who objected to the idea of a private bank, the Fed. And so they loaded them on the Titanic and sunk the Titanic. Problem gone. They get their banking arrangement. The Fed becomes real. Same time, they begin the income tax. Never had it before. They got it for them because they got to keep feeding the Fed. Oh, they got women to go to work too because income tax from women means they got more money to play with. And we get into World War I, where you had two brothers essentially finance World War I. German Jews, one guy here from the United States, one guy here from Germany. And they were financing a war against each other for each other's mutual profit. Nobody said a damn thing. So we go from that critical time, 1913, the formation of the Fed, which I believe was the beginning of the end of the United States, to World War II, which was simply World War I, Part 2. They didn't finish what they wanted. They got it taken care of at World War II. Immediately after World War II, America changes into something absolutely vile. And we've been working our way up through all of this since. So today we find ourselves looking at the period 1975 to 1980. This is our future. Fast forward. We didn't know it at the time, but we can go back to this period and go, I see where it began to show up. 1975 to 1980, we had the Camp David Accords, right? This great peace deal in Israel. We also had 3 Mile Island. Ooh, yeah, that's nuclear energy. The Iran hostage crisis, which the United States fomented. And we see some kind of general inflationary trend beginning right across the board. Everything began to inflate. We didn't connect all the pieces, but take a look today. Still doing the Jewish thing, still doing the Iran thing. The possibility of nuclear disaster is on our doorsteps. And inflation, we're way beyond inflation. We're seeing our economy crash. Now, 1975 to 1980, again, we could not see into the future, but you look at the astrology and you go, yeah, I get it. I get it. The aspects, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Pluto, even Neptune, all in favorable relationship, except Jupiter and Neptune. They're not. That's the great deception, the great lie. Stuff was right in front of us. We couldn't connect the dots. Camp David, the Jewish issue. 3 Mile Island, the nuclear issue. Iran hostage, the Jewish issue. Inflation, our economy falling apart. Banking going to hell. It's the same thing. Just an extension. And the big fly in the ointment was Jupiter square Neptune. The rest of the planets were all in reasonable aspect with one another, so that meant there was nothing standing in the way except for the Jupiter square Neptune, which was mass illusion, mass deception. Let's go to the meme for today. We have 3 little parts and pieces here. Vanguard, J.P. Morgan, Bill Gates. By the way, J.P. Morgan was very instrumental in the sinking of the Titanic. Check it out. But you got those 3 groups, Vanguard, BlackRock, or 4 groups, Vanguard, BlackRock, J.P. Morgan, and Bill Gates, all stealing land and water and trying to privatize it for their profit. More importantly, their control. And we really haven't stood up to the issue yet. Let's go to the missing link. John Steinbeck wrote The Grapes of Wrath. He said, if he needs 1,000,000 acres to make himself feel rich, seems to me he needs it because he feels awful poor inside himself. And if he's a poor inside himself, ain't no 1,000,000 acres going to make him feel rich. That's the problem. Psychopaths, people who are empty inside, they have a hole in their soul, and no amount of money, no amount of fame will fill it. They don't care. They don't care. They can't see it. And you and I are paying the price. Let's go to the tarot energy. 7 of Swords. A lot of people look at this card and go, this man is stealing. He's leaving a carnival or something. Look at it. He's got in his hands, he's got the sword. Swords are truth. And you notice in the card, if you're looking at the card or you're familiar with the card, there are 2 swords in the ground behind him. 2 swords. 2 always means decision. He has made the decision to keep what he believes is his truth and quit playing the game. That's his decision, his realization. Light bulb goes off. Holy shit, I've been lied to. I'm not doing this anymore. Next card is the Knight of Swords. Knights always bring gifts. Knights bring action. Swords again, truth. The Knight says, okay, you know what your truth is, now start acting like it. Don't talk to me. Don't move the mouth. Move the muscles. Get off your ass and begin to act like you believe your own truth. And the final card is the Ace of Wands. Do it with enthusiasm, positivity, energy. You are now free from the lies. What are you going to do about it? Time's up. Thank you so much for spending this with me. Time is something we never get back, so it's very precious. Thank you for giving me a little piece of your day and attention as well. So, between now and the next time you and I get together, nasty shit going on the internet. Please, we need you. Reach out to you. Like and subscribe. Please, please, please. They want to shut it down, and they're looking for reasons to do so. Remember, you know your truth. Start acting like it. Big deal. Between now and the next time you and I get together to do this tarot manifesting thing, blessings.